Hello guys, this is part 107 of ASP.NET video series. In this video we will discuss about consuming custom events, the calendar user control, understanding the importance of checking if the event is null before actually raising the event. We skipped discussing about this when we are discussing about raising custom events for the calendar user control. To get the most out of this video, I strongly recommend to watch parts 104 to 106 from ASP.NET video series and part 36 to 39 from C# video series. First, let's understand how we actually hook up the click event handler to the click event of the standard ASP.NET button control. So here on this project, we have this webform 2 where we have this button control. So go to the Visual Studio. Where is the Visual Studio? I think it is here. Means we were here. The design part. So we have this button control, and this is our calendar user control. This is our button control, and this is our calendar user control that we have created in the previous session. So in the code behind file, go to the code behind file. Look at this. When I click this button control, button 1 underscore click, this method, this method gets called, and then look at that, we are printing the selected date within the calendar user control. Okay, so obviously when I click this means if I run this, obviously when I click this, look at that, as soon as I click the button, that event handler method, which is button 1 underscore click. So if I click the button, first of all I need to select the date first. So if I click this button, you know that event handler method means, go to the Visual Studio, means that event handler button event means that event handler method, which is button one underscore click is called, and then it is printing the selected date, then it is printing the selected date. As you can see, this is the date printed within the calendar user control. So the important point to understand is, how does the calendar user control knows it has to call this method. It has to call this method. When means how does the calendar user control knows it has to call this method? When the click event happens. Okay, that is specified within the AXPX page. Where is the AXPX page? Go to the source here. In this, it is specified within the AXPX page. So we are using this on-click attribute. As you can see, we are using this on-click attribute to tell, call this button one, underscore click method. When that event on click happens, okay, now can't we do this in code? Absolutely, we can do that in code as well. Look at this. Look at this. If I remove this one, on click event from here, save it. I remove this one, this declaration from the AXPX. And then if I run this project and click the button, means if I run, we have saved it, and if I run this, so here you can see, if I run this project and click the button control, nothing happens. Means if I selected a date here and now I click the button, will this message appear up above? No. See that nothing has happened. And we understand why. Is that because the button control does not know which method to invoke when the click event happens, because you removed that association. Now let's look at how to do the same thing within the code. So go to the Visual Studio once again, and here you need to go to the code behind. Here is the code. So So how to do the same thing within the code? To do that, when the code I can use within the code. To do that within the code, I can use button1 dot click event. Look at the lightning bolt. Means if I type dot c, look at the click dot click event. Look at that the lightning bolt symbol there. This is the lightning bolt symbol here. So when the click event happens, look at that. Now dot click, now select it, dot click, give space, and then plus equal. As soon as we do that, Visual Studio Intelligence enough to know that it is going to use event handler. To know it is going to use this event handler. Which event handler? This event handler. Event handler delegate. Event handler delegate. Okay. Look at that. It is using a delegate called event handler to register a function. To register a function, button1 underscore click. With name button1 underscore click. Okay, the function name button1 underscore click. Okay, so button1 underscore click is the method that needs to be called. If I tab, press the tab, so button1 underscore this one, button1 underscore click is the method that needs to be called when this click event, happens on this button1, control. And how are we doing that? Using event handler. How are we doing that? Using event handler delegate. Using event handler delegate. Okay, and look at that, the signature of this event handler, and look at the signature of this event handler method. It has got this event handler method. This is the event handler method. And what is the signature of this event handler method? It has got void return type and the two parameters of type object and event args. Okay, and then look at the signature of the event handler delegate itself, and then look at the signature of the event handler delegate itself. So put the cursor here and right mouse button click and go to the definition of this event handler delegate. So it is going. So look at the signature of the event handler delegate itself. It has a void. Void return type and then two parameters. This is the event handler delegates, and two parameter it has. of type object and event args. So the signature of the the signature of the delegate matches the signature of the event handler method. So the signature of the delegate event handler matches the signature of the event handler method. This is the event handler method. To which it is pointing means the signature of the delegate matches the signature of the event handler method to which it is pointing. Okay, how it is pointing? Here you can see button one click function, and this is same as it, button one click event handler method. So that is why delegates are actually called type safe function pointers. Okay, type safe because the signature of the delegate matches the signature of the functions to which it is pointing to. Okay, and then another important thing to keep in mind, since these are called as function pointers, delegates are called as function pointers. Why? Because when this event happens, this delegate gets invoked. This delegate gets invoked. If this event happens, this delegate gets invoked. This delegate gets invoked. And look at this to the constructor, and look at this to the constructor of this delegate. We are actually passing in the name of the function. We are passing in the name of the function, this function. We are calling this function in the constructor of the event handler. So this function gets, this function here we are pointing. So this function gets invoked when the delegate is invoked. So obviously when this click event happens, this function this event handler method gets called, and that is through the delegate. Okay, that is why delegates are called function pointers. And another important point in the previous session we discussed about, this as well. Delegate signature is much similar to that of a function signature. So if you look at the signature of the event handler, so if you look at the signature of the event handler delegate here, it is essentially same as that of event handler method. It is essentially same as that of event handler method, as essentially same as of event handler method, same as that of the event handler method that we have here. Okay, and then obviously with a delegate keyword, and then obviously the delegate with a delegate keyword within the declaration. Okay, now along the same lines, we have the calendar user control. Along the same lines, we have this calendar user control that we have been working with in the previous session. And if you remember the previous session, we have created an event for this calendar user control. What is that event? Calendar visibility changed event. Where is the calendar visibility change event? This one. Calendar visibility changed event. We are talking about this. So we have created an event for this calendar user control. The name of the event is calendar visibility changed. Okay. Now again, in the previous session we discussed that what are events. Events are variables of type delegate with an event keyword in front of them. So calendar visibility changed. So as you see that this is the event keyword. So calendar visibility changed. So what is this? This is calendar visibility change. So what is this? This is a variable of type calendar visibility change event handler. It is a variable of type calendar visibility change event handler. And that is a delegate. Calendar visibility change event handler is a delegate. Okay, this delegate is type of this event calendar visibility changed. Okay, so that is the delegate that we have created here. And look at the signature of this delegate. Where we have created the delegate. Go a little. So that is the delegate we have created here. This is the delegate keyword. And look at the signature of this delegate. It has a void return type. It has a void return type and two parameters as you can see here. Two parameter of type object and calendar visibility changed event args. Now I want to hook up an event handler to this event. I want to hook up event handler to this event. So to this event, and the event is calendar visibility changed. Okay, I want to hook up an event handler to this event calendar visibility changed event of this calendar user control. So let's see how to do that. So just like button 1 control, ID of our calendar user control is calendar user control 1 dot. So go to here, and so just like button 1 control, ID of our calendar user control is calendar control 1. Calendar user control 1. Dot. What is the name of the event? Calendar visibility changed. So what is the name of the event? Calendar visibility change. Here you can see, look at that, that is the name below here, calendar visibility changed. That is the name. How do we know that? The lightning bolt symbol. The lightning bolt symbol indicate that, and look at this. As soon as I select that, and then press space, plus equal, look at Visual Studio is smart enough. To know that calendar visibility change event is actually, it is a variable of type, but there we are not seeing any variable calendar visibility. We are not seeing that delegate calendar visibility change event handler delegate. So I have to write it on myself. So first I double tapped here, okay, and it is using that delegate. So what we need to do here, first of all I need to cross it, and we know that if you put the cursor here, okay, and type new calendar user calendar visibility what is the delegate calendar visibility changed event handler, that is the delegate of this calendar visibility changed event. Okay, so I press the tab and it created auto-generated code for us. It generated the delegate declaration and then when I press tab again, it generated that method also. This is the new method automatically generated, and we need to do what now? The method signature for me, okay, the method signature, as you can see that this is the signature of the method, and the This is the method calendar user control 1 underscore calendar visibility change. Let's put protected in the method declaration. Let's put protected in the method declarations here so that it looks similar to the button click event handler. And look at this, look at the signature of this event. Look at the signature of this event. Event handler method. Look at the signature of this event handler method. The signature here, it returns void. It return voids and two parameters object and two parameter object two parameter of type object and calendar visibility changed event args. Okay, now if you look at that delegate, the signature of this function, actually if you look at the delegate, this delegate, the signature of this function, look at this and look at the delegate, the signature of and the signature of this function and the signature of this function actually matches the signature of this delegate. Means the signature of this function calendar user control 1 underscore calendar visibility changed signatures actually matches the signature of this, matches the signature of this delegates. Means go to the definition of this delegate. So the signature of the function matches the signature of the delegate. Where is the delegate? Here. So it also has return type void and two parameter, and this delegate also has a two parameter of type object and calendar visibility change event args. Okay, so it is very similar what we want to do. So it is very similar, and what we want to do here, another important point to keep in mind here, look at this calendar visibility change args object. Look at this calendar visibility changed event args object. We are using this object. We are using this object. So how to use it? Just copy this and paste it here. Dot. So now when I use that object, I can see that is calendar visible. Where is the is calendar visible, as you can see here. Okay, so what I basically double click here. So what I basically want to do is I want to print a message on the web form. So what I want to do? So what I basically want to do is I want to print a message on the web form. When that event happens, so response right. When that event happens, and I want to let the user know what I want to let the user know that whether the calendar is visible or not. So I am going to send this message back to the user. Calendar visible. Calendar visible is equal to, since that is a this one, since that is a Boolean property, is calendar visible is a Boolean property. Let's convert that to string and then display that. So first convert it. Convert that to string and then display that. Look at that, that's it. And then display that, look at that, that's it. So now when we run this, so now when we run this, so first of all you need to save all the changes. So when now we run this, and select any date, then you see, and then we click on the calendar visible, and then we click on the calendar visible, on the image button we had created the click that if we click this, then we get the calendar visible is equal to true. So this change the visibility of the calendar. Look at that, calendar visible is equal to true. Calendar visible is equal to true when we click the image button, because the calendar is visible now. When I click on the image button again, if I click this image button again, calendar visibility is equal to false. See, calendar visible is equal to false. Similarly, when I select the date, means if I select the date, I select 17 date. Similarly, when I select the date, calendar visible is equal to false again, because the calendar is not visible now. Okay, it is very similar to how we actually hook up an event handler. It is very similar. It is very similar to how we'll actually hook up event handler to the event of standard ASP.NET control. So this is the ASP.NET controls. So it is very similar to how we actually hook up event handler to the events of the standard ASP.NET control. Okay, now most people feels these events and delegates are complex because there are several moving parts. Look at this. At this point, you might have understood why we actually created this class calendar visibility. Why we have created this class calendar visibility change events args. In the previous session in calendar user control.axcx file, when we were discussing about raising custom events. So you can see this class calendar visibility change event args. So where is this class? Here is this class calendar visibility change events args is the class we have created in the previous sessions when we were discussing about raising custom events. Okay, from the calendar user control we have created this class. So what is the use of this class? So what is the use of this class calendar visibility change event args? Because this class is going to contain that event data which we want to retrieve in the event handler. Because this class calendar visibility change events args, as you can see here, contain the event data. Okay, that is the event data. Because this class is going to contain that event data which we want to retrieve in the event handler, method. This is the event handler method, calendar user control 1 underscore calendar visibility change. Okay, and what we do just before we are raising the event within the user control. Within the user control. Where is the user control? Here it is. We are creating okay, and what we do just before we are raising the event within the user control, we are creating an instance. We are creating an instance of that object calendar visibility changed events args. We are creating the instance of this calendar visibility change event args instance. We are creating an instance of that object calendar visibility change event args, and then look at this. When we select a date in the calendar control, we turn the visibility of the calendar to false. Okay, we change the calendar visibility to false. Okay, once again I repeat it. When we select a date in the calendar control, we turn the visibility of the visibility of the calendar to false. And then we are passing that value to the constructor, and then we are passing that value to the constructor of this class. Constructor of this class, calendar visibility change event args. And then we are passing that event data and we are passing that event data when this event is raised. Which event? On calendar visibility changed is the event. And then the object is now received, in the event handler. And the object is received in the event handler method. Where we to go? Here. This is this one, calendar visibility change event args is the event handler, is now received in the event handler. In this event handler, calendar user control 1 calendar visibility change event handler, we received that object. Which object? Calendar visibility change event args. And we are using the property which property is calendar visible. And we are using the property to find out whether if the calendar is visible or not, whether if the calendar is visible or not. Okay, so basically now it should be cleared about these different moving parts that we are using within events and delegate. Once you understand these moving parts, it should be fairly straightforward. Okay, so to register an event handler method, we use plus equal to register Okay, so to register event handler method, we use plus equal, and to unregister that means event handler, we use minus equals. Look at that. Here I am using minus equal, and obviously means if I copy and paste it, and below it, and use minus and equal and save the changes and run it. I run it. Obviously, if I run this project, now I registered and event handler method, and immediately I unregistered that. So if I click this, so when you click at the image button, then so when I click on the image button and then select date 11, I select the date 11 here, from the calendar. Nothing happens when the calendar visibility change event is raised. So nothing happens means that we did not get any message here of calendar visible is equal to true or false. Okay, so nothing happens when the calendar visibility change event is raised, because there is no event handler method. Okay, because you registered it using plus equal, because you registered it using plus equal and unregistered that using minus equal. That is the reason. Okay, now another important point to keep in mind is that you have to register. Look at this. The event handler needs to be registered. The event handler needs to be registered before the event is raised. Before event handler. Event handler must be registered before the event is raised. Now we are doing the registration within the page load event. Now we are doing the registration within the page load event. Where is the page load event? So first of all, I need to delete this. So we are doing the registration within the page load event. Okay, and page load event happens before the actual calendar visibility changed. Page load event happens before the actual calendar visibility changed event. Where is the calendar visibility change event? Here it is. So once again, page load event happens before the actual calendar visibility changed event is raised. When is the calendar visibility change event raised? This event is raised this event is raised So what we are doing registration within the page load. Once again I am repeating, we are doing registration within the page load event, and page load event happens before the actual calendar visibility change event is raised. When is the calendar visibility change event raised? This event is I'm talking about this event is raised when we click on this image. When we click on this image button, okay, meaning the post back event happens after page load event. Again saying post back event happens after page load event. Okay, so go to the Visual Studio again. Okay, in the page load event, we are registering an event handler. This is the event handler. Method. This is the event handler method. The event is happening after the method is registered. The event is happening. This is the event. The event is happening after the method is registered. Here is the method. We are registering this method, event handler method, that is called calendar visibility change event handler method. And this event called calendar visibility change event as happens is happening after the method is registered. We registered first the method, event handler method, and then the event happens. Okay, so the control knows which method to invoke when that event happens, but also remember this page. But also remember this page has page render event. Let me copy this. Let me copy this. I copy this. Let me copy this. And then within the page and then within the page pre-render, let's register the event handler instead of page load. So I am removing that registration code from page load. So I remove this registration from this page load and paste it here, and need to remove from here. So I removed that registration code from page load event and moving that to page pre-render. Okay, let's call this page pre-render. Let's call this page pre-render. And when does the page pre-render event happens? It happens after the page load event. Okay. Now by the time we are registering the event handler to the event has already been raised. Okay. By the time we are registering the event handler to the event has already raised. The event has already raised. But there are no method listening to that event. But there are no method listening to that event. As we have omitted the on-click event from here. So obviously, you know, we don't have an event handler and nothing happens when the event actually was raised. So save the changes and run it. So when I click this, first of all, when I click this, nothing happens, means no message is being displayed whether the calendar visible is equal to false or true. Nothing happens. And when I select the date, nothing happens. Look at that, it does not print any message. That is because you are doing the registration after the event is actually raised. That is because you are registering the you are doing the registration you are doing the registration after the event is actually raised. After the event is actually raised. That is why keep in mind event handler need to be registered before the event is raised. Okay. That is why keep in mind the event handler. So I'll again copy this from here and paste it back to the page load event. So that is why keep in mind what you need to keep in mind. Keep in mind the event handler need to be registered. The event handler, this calendar visibility change event handler method or whatever event handler method need to be registered before the event. This is the event calendar visibility changed before the event is raised, and calendar visibility changed is the event. So before the event is raised, the registration of the event handler method should be done, and you can do the registration either in the page load, page initialization, or page pre-initializations. Now I am doing the registration in the page load event, which happens before the event is raised. Look at that, it gets handled. Now if I save the changes and run the project. And if I click this event handler, means this image button, then you will see the message. Here you can see, look that it gets handled. Okay, calendar visible is equal to true. Now we have seen how to raise and handle even to handle events within the code behind file. Now can't we do that just like how for the button click we were able to do that within the code behind file, within the web form 2.axpx HTML page as well. So go back to the where is the here. So for button I can say on click is equal to, which is the method that I want to call button1. Button1 underscore click along the same line. So again here use on click is equal to button underscore click. Along the same line, can't I do that? We need to put one here also. Along the same line, can't I do that for the calendar user control? You can do that as well. So we have this on calendar visibility change. So when that happens, I want to invoke this method. So first of all, I need to do what? On calendar visibility changed, that is the event. So when that happens, I want to invoke this method. Which method? Go to the web form 2. This method. Calendar user control1 calendar visibility changed. Need to delete these code from here. So we have copied this method calendar control1 calendar visibility changed from here and pasted it here is equal to. So when that happens, I want to invoke this method. So when that's happened, I invoke this method. Calendar user control1 underscore calendar visibility changed. Look at that, I am registering the event handler. Now I am registering the event handler method calendar user control1 underscore calendar visibility calendar visibility changed within the ASPX page, webform2.axpx page, HTML page. But if you want programmatically do that based on same condition, then you can do that in the code as well. We have discussed about that. So now if I press this, it is going to work in the same way, except that this time the registration is done in the HTML of doing that in the code, instead of doing that in the code behind. So it works the same way. Now another thing means if I run this here, save the changes. If I run this, and click this, so we get the message calendar visible. Calendar visible to tree. So it was the same way. Now, okay, now another thing that we need to talk about is what is the importance of checking if the event is null. Another important thing, what is the important thing here? Another important thing, what is the importance of checking if the event is null before actually raising the event? Okay, now so we have event handler method. Now we have event handler method. So now we have event handler method registered here. Okay. Now if you remember in the previous session we used this method, protected method. Now if you remember in the previous session we have used this protected method. I am talking about this method, protected virtual method, to actually raise the event, and within the method we are actually checking, if the event is not null before raising the event. Now if I comment this here, let's comment that. Now if I comment this here, let's comment that. So what happened if I don't check for null? Now look at this. I am not checking this. I am not checking for null, and on the web form, for that event, and on the web form, on that event, this event on calendar visibility chain, on that event there is an event handler listening. There is an event handler on this event. There is an event handler listening. Okay, so now when I press Control function F5, run the project, means after commenting these code of line, and then save the changes and run the project. press Ctrl F5. It works as expected without any issue. Means if I click this image button, then there should be a message printed here, calendar visible true, so there is no issue. And if I select the if I again click this, then calendar visible is equal to false. So fine. Okay, let the page load up. So I click that. I had clicked this, the calendar visible is equal to true and calendar visible to false. Fine. Now let's say there is nobody registered for that event. Now let's say there is nobody. Now let's say there is nobody registered for that event. Which event we are talking? On calendar visibility change event. In this sense, we don't have any event handler method listening. In this sense, we have no event handler method listening for that event. Now I run this. Means I remove this. Now there is no event handler method listening. And save the changes. Now I run this, the page loads up. The page loads up. Loads up fine, but then when I click on the image button, the event gets raised. Okay, but then there is nobody listening for that event, so basically we get a runtime error. So event gets raised, okay, but then there is nobody listening for that event, so basically we get a runtime error. Look at that. I click that button, object null reference. As you can see, object reference. Object null reference exception. This is the exception. Look at this. At this point, when it is trying to raise the event, there is no one listening. Okay, the event is basically null. That is why we get this null reference exception. It is always a good practice to avoid this runtime exception. So throwing this runtime exception does not make any sense. If there is no event handler method, nothing happens. That's it. You don't want to throw a null reference exception. And how can we avoid that? By checking for null. That is why it is very helpful. So it is very helpful if you use the null check. Okay, so now if I go ahead and run this, obviously means if I remove the comments, and save the changes, okay. So now if I go ahead and run this, obviously in spite of not having any event handler method, I don't get any error. So we have saved the changes and run this. So I don't get any runtime error in spite of not having any event handler method. It simply does nothing. Okay, it does not show that yellow. What happens to it? I have wrongly gone to that way. I need to go after removing the comment lines. I need to go here and save the changes. We have removed the comment line and run this. If I go ahead and run this, obviously in spite of not having any event handler method, I don't get any runtime error. It simply does nothing. Means if I click the image button, there is no message printed though, but we don't get any yellow screen of death, null reference exception. Look at that, nothing happens. That's it. But on the other hand, if there is an event handler method that gets notified, and whatever you specified in that event handler method to be done, that will be done. Okay, in the next video, we will discuss about raising another custom event from the calendar user control. My aim is basically to make sure that these events and delegates concepts are clear. So in this session we have seen how to raise the calendar visibility change the event and how to handle that. In the next session we will create another custom event for the calendar user control, probably calendar date selected or something like that, and then we will see how to consume that with these two examples. I hope delegate and events and delegates should be fairly simple to understand. That's it for today. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.